Nachi free.
Hillary's loss is America's gain. Let me explain. Sounds like a song, actually. But yes, I think that Hillary's loss has restored my faith in our rigged democracy. Because apparently it still sort of works. It apparently listens to the will of we the people. And that's a great thing. Now, I'm not happy that Donald Trump won, not at all. I'm actually kind of scared. But I am glad that Hillary lost. The reason being is because it was already like a coronation. It was a given that she was going to win, you know, and it was like, oh, it's her turn. I, like many other people, had already, we become complacent almost to the point of numbness, where we're like, yeah, well, there's a ruling class, what are you going to do, you know? And that's not good for a free society. I was actually going to vote almost ceremoniously. I was like, well, you know, and the fact that I voted for Gary Johnson was pretty much ceremonious and wasted and whatever. But no, actually, I still stand by that vote. And that's crucial in a free society, for people to be able to keep government in check, not the other way around. And I was afraid that if Hillary would have won, we would have been kept in check. Or political correctness would have been out of bounds. It's already bad enough that the majority of humanity, myself definitely included, we're naturally complacent once our basic needs are met. All this success, and especially people like Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, that's megalomaniacal, almost sociopathic greed for power. That's just unbridled ambition, per Colin Powell. Okay, well, I think they hacked his emails, and one of the things that they found is that he said that Hillary Clinton had an unbridled ambition. But I guess that's what it takes to get up there. The majority of people don't have that because the majority of people are pretty sane. As long as our basic needs are met and we have leisure time for family and friends and our hobbies and stuff, we're good. But there's always those people that just want to be in charge of everything. Like, I like her. It takes a village to raise a child. Yeah, as long as she's in charge of the village. Oh yeah, it takes a village to raise a child. But she ain't in charge of this fucking village. Oh no, she ain't. And I don't want to gloat. Okay, I don't want to gloat. I mean, I don't know if you've seen her, like this week she came out and she spoke at some gala fund. I'm sorry, I'm very leery and weary of all these charities, especially anything coming from the Clintons. But her hair was all matted, and I almost felt sorry for her. You know, I was like, oh my God, poor thing, man, maybe she should have won. But no. Let's not forget all the scandals that date all the way back to when Bill Clinton was governor of Arkansas, which she lost during the election, by the way. And now, speaking of that, I know she won the popular vote, but she lost the Electoral College. And that's why we sort of have a rigged democracy. I don't think the Electoral College is rigged, but I understand the need for the Electoral College, or one of the basic principles is to avoid tyranny of the majority. You don't want mob rule, and the majority isn't always right. That's why the majority of people believe in God, and there is none. So that's how you know that the majority isn't always right, but let me not go down that route. The point that I want to make with this, though, is bringing up the Electoral College, which I think should probably be. I'd like to take the risk and say, you know what, it should be abolished. But Democrats were actually kind of counting on the Electoral College. I didn't hear too many Democrats complaining about the Electoral College the weeks up ahead until Election Day. As a matter of fact, it was the other way around. They were like almost secretly celebrating, almost gloating. Like, oh, Trump is not going to get anywhere near 270. I mean, I don't see how I can do the math. Of course you can't do the math, especially most of the people who are leftist in the media. You don't do the math. None of you are entrepreneurs, but you all get paid 6- and 7-figure salaries. I mean, that's for damn sure. But anyway, enough of the hypocrisy. That's already been pointed out enough. They were making so many excuses for her and blowing everything out of proportion with Trump, which I'm not saying he's the best candidate by any stretch of the imagination. There's a reason why I voted for Gary Johnson. By the way, that's another reason why you have a rigged democracy. Gary Johnson was not allowed into the presidential debates, and neither was Joe Stein. And they were on the ballot on all 50 states. That's a problem. We were denied a choice. We were just served up Democrat-Republican. Yet, Donald Trump broke ranks through the entire Republican Party. So I thought, oh, that's good. I remember back then thinking, wow, this kind of proves that we have a democracy. For anyone who, especially people out there protesting right now, which you have every right to do, you don't have the right to lie down on the goddamn highways. They should be getting arrested for that. I'm not saying they should be in jail for days, but temporarily arrest them, get them the fuck off that highway, and fine them. That's bullshit. You're blocking people. You're actually denying other people their rights, namely ambulances. You selfish, petulant fucking children. Anyway, and I don't want to add to the divide, but that's got to be called out. The other thing that people need to remember about Hillary Clinton, especially everybody who's protesting, the Clintons were corrupt. She was corrupt as corrupt can be, and so was Bill. And back when he was president, this book was written, No One Left to Lie To, by one of my favorite authors, Christopher Hitchens. And this guy is beyond liberal. He's a socialist. And the guy's such a great writer that I still love his writings, despite being a socialist and despite having like a soft on for fucking Che Guevara, but whatever. I'll save that for another goddamn video. And he was so to the left. The point that I'm trying to make with Christopher Hitchens, that he was so to the left that he actually admired Leon Trotsky. For fuck's sakes. Anywho, the point is, even he saw through their bullshit back in the early 90s. He dedicated a whole chapter to Hillary Clinton. I'm not going to read the whole chapter, but I do want to read the little quote that he put in here to open the book with. They were careless people, Tom and Daisy. They smashed up things and creatures and then retreated back into their money or their vast carelessness. I should get my glasses. Or whatever it was that kept them together, and let other people clean up the mess they had made. Sorry, I was going to keep up with the British accent, but fuck that shit. It's F. Scott Fitzgerald from The Great Gatsby. Okay, I think that's a great quote. And it speaks volumes of how these people operate. Don't forget the scandals. Bottom line of this video is we still have a democracy that apparently listens to us. And that is a good thing. Let's make sure that we keep this fucker in check. We got to keep an eye on that guy now. Thanks for watching.
Homegrown